Terraform remote state. So let's start Terraform remote state demo. Before that we need one S3. So we just go to S3 and let's see. I have created one S3 bucket over here. I'm working in US East North Virginia region, and this is my S3, and in S3 I have created one folder that's name is Terraform, and no files over here. So our backup, our state file will be created here. So let's move. One more thing, I've created one DynamoDB table for the locking example. So state locking is also important, same as the remote state, so no one else can run. So this is my backend test, and in here you can see there are one entry. So I'm just removing so we can freshly see the example over here. Okay, now no entry in my backend DynamoDBs. Okay, let's move to the script, and let me show you the script here. So I have what we have added for the backend. So we have created the backend .tf, just added, and here we have passed the bucket name on which bucket we want to store the tf state file, and in bucket I have given the name is folder is Terraform, and my key name, my file name will be the test. You can give the whatever you want. Region of my bucket, and here I have given the locking purpose. I have given the DynamoDB table name, that's a backend test. Okay, so what my script is doing, let me see. Okay, so my actual script is doing the resource creation of the S3. So my script will be create one S3 bucket, and this is the bucket name. So my test bucket. So let's see, let's try to run. Let me clear the screen. Okay, now I'm doing the Terraform init. So init is mandatory for your purpose of backend. So you have to do the init. Okay, so my init is successfully initiated, and let's run my Terraform apply. So our Terraform apply will be created the one S3. Just you can see the locking is happen here. So acquiring state lock. So this lock has been acquired by the backend. So let's go to the DynamoDB table, and you can see here the one entry of the locking. So this lock has been acquired by the Terraform test key, and this is my information of the lock. So once this lock will be released, the information will be removed and the digest hash will be created. So you can identify if the script is running or not. So giving my confirmation for creation of the resource. Okay, my S3 bucket is going to create. Still we can see the state log is there. Okay, so it's not released. You can see the info. It will be convert to the digest. That's a kind of hash. So my bucket, once our script will be completed, okay, so my bucket is created here. You can see this bucket is created, and the script will be ensure that okay, so you can see here the script is completed, and at last you can see the releasing state lock. Okay, let's go to the DynamoDB table and let me refresh here. You can see the difference over here. So info will be converted to the digest. So this will be hash will be created, and now it's that my script is completed. Someone else can run the same script. Okay, so my state file is done. Let's go to the S3 file where we can see the state file. So in Terraform let me refresh here. Okay, so my test name file is created here. I'm just making public so you can read it. And let's open this one. So this is the in JSON format, and the in state file, what is the data? Let's see. So data is that S3, the S3 bucket type, the bucket name, and the bucket ARN, and all the bucket related properties are here. So this is my bucket is created, and the bucket's state is now in test file. So this test file will be maintained by the Terraform. Terraform will be next time will be compare this state file and it will run. So let's just do the quick recap. So when you do the Terraform init, it will identify the initialize the backend. When you do the Terraform apply, it will start the acquiring log from the DynamoDB, and when script is done and log will be released and your file will be created in JSON format.